where you're beginning to see a lot of the younger high school and college age bass anglers that are speaking out against Livescope and forward-facing sonar. And I sort of want to speak a little bit to why that is and why we're seeing this, because we've been in this whole, really, it's been in it for the past 2 or 3 years, the hardcore forward-facing sonar Livescope debacle. You know, the destruction we've seen in the sport, the degradation we've seen in the sport, the outrage we've seen across the board, the conflict and the division within the industry, how it has tanked tackle sales across the board. Literally, every bad thing that could come out of anything has come about due to Livescope and forward-facing sonar. And even though it has been around longer than 2 or 3 years, it's only been with the advent of the new the new transducer technology that has kicked this technology up to the next level, that made it where it's just basically not fair chase anymore. It's video game fishing. Everybody knows it. So traditionally in the past, over the past couple of years, and I'm not saying it doesn't still exist, because it does, the younger anglers were the ones that have adopted this technology because that's what they were brought up on. That's what they were taught how to use, and that's, you know, just the generation, you know, fell into that. They got sucked into that. And it is sucked into it, guys. When you're talking about using Livescope and forward-facing sonar, it's not like adapting to new trends in the sport and keeping up with the times. It's getting sucked in to a very destructive element within fishing. And this is what young anglers now, are waking up to see. Now, first of all, one of the things about when you're young, when you're in your teens and 20s, a lot of these high school and college anglers, it's very similar how they became to embrace this real quick. It's very similar to, like, let's say politics, for example. If you were raised, say for example, you were a little kid and you're 5 or 6 years old, and you got parents that are just hardcore, you know, they have a hardcore political party that they support. And ever since you were a little bitty kid, that's all you heard about, how their party's the best, the other parties are terrible and they suck. And you get this beat into your head ever since you're a little kid. So by the time that you're a teenager or in high school or, you know, college, most of the time you've adopted the belief systems of your parents, because much of the belief systems that we have in life, whether it doesn't matter what it is, are the products of our upbringing. It's only when you get a chance to be around some other ways of thinking, and more open-minded thinking, and more critical skill thinking, that you break away from how you were raised. Because just because you were raised in a certain way does not mean it's the right way.